Previously on 2 Past Midnight.
All right, so you finish up your beer, and you guys start headed towards the door. He's like, I need your ticket.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so a couple minutes go by, and the door opens back up, and they come walking out with your axe and your fucking pipe.
Yes.
Yes, Jeremiah.
Overwatch called shot.
-2 for headshot, +2 for
scope.
Scope, yeah.
2 successes.
You see, poof, takes a shot to the head and drops to the ground, still holding your axe and your pipe. You guys remember where we left off last time?
No. I think
Which
sniper.
fucking time?
Yeah.
The time when we were all together last.
Oh, I missed you guys.
Yeah, I know. We've had a couple weeks.
Creepy tattooed guy shot a guy. We all hit the deck, ran for cover.
And we have no idea where Nut Job's at.
I do not know.
Who do you mean by nut job?
Murph.
Murph? Okay.
Speaking of that, because I was still in conversation with Jelko and the others, right?
Yes. Yeah, you were still down there with them.
Yeah, because I had mentioned wanting, whatever his name is, the Marine,
Staff
about
Sergeant Dabrowski.
Dabrowski, that's what it was, about getting papers, but I want to ask Jelko if he'll give me pass paper so I can move freely without having to skirt the guards in the town. Like, not be...
Papers.
You want a green card or a
Yes.
sponsorship?
Yes.
You want to be sponsored for a green card. That's how that works.
However they do it here.
All right, so let's open in there. Let's go back into that room. So we open up in the basement with Jelko and Doc and Murph and Frank and that big dude with the beat up face and some other person standing off on the side. And you guys had basically just kind of made like arrangements for a drop off location, which we haven't designated on the map, but we'll just notionally say it's somewhere on the map.
Yeah.
In between here and your guys' hideout, essentially, like 200, 300 meters away from here to the north. And yeah, so he was like, gonna potentially be able to bring your work your way.
I know this might be asking a lot, but I was wondering if you could help me out with something, Mr. Jelko.
What is it?
Well, if I'm going to be going to this spot to, see if you left me a, let's call it a present, or a tasking, it would help if I was able to move around a little freely without having to try to sneak, hide, and work my way to the spot to check it every day. Basically, I want to see if I can have some paperwork that'll allow me to move like a normal person in this town.
I mean, from my understanding, Mr. Murph, sneaking and hiding is part of the things you are good at. And maybe, if you do enough work for me, you could earn these papers.
That's fair. It just can be a little onerous for... I've noticed the last few days or so that the checkpoints, patrols, whatever, are becoming more and more frequent.
Yeah, perhaps. But I would assume someone with your skill sets would be used to that sort of thing.
That's true.
And as I said, it'll just be extra motivating factor, to do good work.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just kind of a pain in the ass sometimes when you literally just want to get something to eat. You know what I mean?
I understand. Just like it's pain in the ass when going downstairs and gets, punched in the face.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I wish I could have controlled it or could control it, but apparently there's some indelible image burned into my skull here that triggers the inner beast inside me, I would say.
But, yes, you make yourself useful to me, then, we'll go from there.
Oh, the beast is useful. It's just a pain in the ass.
All of a sudden, the door slams open. Another person from the guard, pushes the door open real quick and starts saying something in Polish. Jeremy, does Dabrowski speak Polish?
Fluently.
Okay. You understand that he's basically saying, hey, we're taking sniper rounds outside. Someone's shooting. And the guy at the door, he's like, you all need to leave. Come on. Please, come with me.
You're taking fire from sniper's rounds, and you want us to leave.
I want you to leave this office.
Okay. Deal.
Well, sorry to cut it short, gentlemen. Doc, Frank, we'll talk later about our business arrangement. Murph, I would say it's a pleasure meeting you, but we'll see. We'll see how that plays out.
I hope it's mutually beneficial.
You got my number, Zelko.
I can get a hold of you. And dude at the door escorts you guys out the office. We cut outside, and we see Emmett and LT laying on the ground, hunkered down behind some debris, and there's a dead body laying there. The person that had just handed you all your melee weapons back. Just blood oozing out of their head. And the rest of the guard that's outside, including the Polish militia, the ones that had been left there, are kind of starting to fan out and search the area. What are you guys going to do?
Who was it? Do we know where it came from? Does this happen all the time? Was it the tiger?
You rolled recon. You didn't know where it came from. And everyone else is moving away from you.
I was trying to ask. Yeah, I was trying to
Did
ask.
you just say, was it the tiger?
He just tried to attack us. I didn't know if he was mad.
I don't think he was armed in that way.
I mean, I've got a club, so the onus is on hopefully people that are better armed to take this action. I'm just trying to get as much cover from the direction I think it is, even though I don't know the direction it is. And I'm looking to Emmett for advice.
And you do notice that the door had been, after that gunshot went off, the door got slammed back closed and chunk, bolted.
That was going to be my question is there any chance of going back in the door?
You could try. You could try.
Do we have to pay the cover again?
Yeah, that's a no.
So you see those people kind of pushing out and heading out into the debris, and you can see them patrolling out and moving from little crop of debris to another little area of ruin, kind of searching around and trying to figure out where that shot came from. But it seems like they don't know specifically where that sniper shot came from either.
I'd say our best bet is just keep our head down for the moment. See if we keep our eyes peeled, see if another shot happens, to see if we can see where it's coming from.
About this point, Doc and Murph, where were you guys going to do? Where are you guys going to stay downstairs? Are you going to go upstairs? What's your plan? Doc, Murph, Frank?
Staff Sergeant Dabrowski's gonna go upstairs. I mean,
Okay.
he's gonna wait until it's clear.
But he's going to go upstairs and wait till it's clear?
He's gonna stay in the VIP area until it's clear because he's already there. He'll stay where it's nicer.
Okay. Murph?
He's quite nonchalant about it and just goes up the stairs,
Okay.
checks out what's going on, and he's going to look and see if my guys are still in the club.
Yeah, because you have no idea where they went.
Yeah.
Hey Murph, before you go too far, you get your head right, or you want to get out from under this shit with Zelko and start doing right, you come find me, all right?
Absolutely. What's your definition of right?
You'll know it.
Because I know you're still all spit shined and acting like, there's still a government presence and mission here, but I haven't seen much of that, man.
Look, I swore an oath. I'm gonna hold to it. So did you. When you want to keep it, you let me know.
Please don't ever tell me about my duty or any of that. I have killed for this country all over the fucking world.
Me too.
And it's a fucking mess. We're kind of rats on a sinking ship at this point.
Nah, I'm no rat.
I don't mean the United States. I mean this fucking planet.
That's why it takes men of integrity to keep it together.
I'll look you up. What's the best way to contact you? Just literally go to the consulate?
You go to the embassy, consulate here in Old Town, they'll know me.
Okay. I might take you up on it. I think I got some debts to pay first, don't you?
Oh, that's your business.
What I'm saying is, if I didn't, my presence here would not be a long-lasting one.
I don't know how deeply you're in debt, He wants people to do things for him. You sure you really want to do them? You get out of here, he doesn't have that much control over the city. You may not be able to step foot in this bar again, but it's kind of a shithole anyways.
His reach doesn't expand beyond this place?
He's connected, but he ain't that connected.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like being beholden to anybody, obviously. I've always been mission-oriented, but right now the mission's survival, and this might be what I have to do for now.
Well, like I said, whenever you're ready, come on back.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Staff Sergeant.
Then I assume Murph heads upstairs?
Yeah, he's going to look for these two.
All right, yeah. So you come up the stairs and you see the same people that you had seen before, like kind of spread out around as like the guard, the interior security stuff. And roll me a recon roll, actually.
Straight?
Yeah, straight recon roll.
1 success, 8 and a 5.
All right, you actually notice that they're they have the guys that are there as the security. You kind of see that they have submachine guns out. It looks like they got their submachine guns from somewhere and have like put them in hand.
They're on alert.
They are on fucking alert, yeah. And what they're carrying is actually, let me pull up the...
It's like the Russian version of an MP5, something like that.
Yeah, whatever that little... It's actually the machine pistol. I don't remember what the fuck it's called.
Oh, their version of an Uzi.
It's actually the Czechoslovakian machine pistol. It's the VZ61 is what they have.
Wouldn't mind getting my hands on one of those. Those are easy to conceal.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's what they have out.
Before talking to any of them, or approaching, any of them, Murph's just gonna quickly recon the area and be like, where the fuck are these two?
Yeah, you look around and you don't see them at all. You see that group of NATO soldiers from before over there in the corner with Bazooka Joe, the guy in civvies. And you see the tiger still in the cage. And the bartenders seem like they're back at work. It seems like the crowd's thinned a little bit in here. But yeah, the people on security seem to be like on high alert, kind of looking around, but you do not see your companions.
And I don't really want to go talk to the NATO guys because that could go poorly. he ambles over, like very nonchalant, like not like he owns the place, but like he belongs there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, what's going on out there?
The security problem. We are holding everyone in here for a moment until things are cleared out there.
Okay, well, when you're ready, I want to grab my sidearm and go.
Sounds good. You would wait over there. We will let you know when the door is open again.
Appreciate it. Side note?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry that I'm not remembering. One of the guys with the NATO group, what was the connect? It's a negative connection. I don't remember what it was.
The lieutenant that had drug jail.
Ah, that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
But we kind of look way more fucked up now than we did. He makes his way over to them.
Okay. All right, so you start going over to that group of NATO soldiers. The four of them with Bazooka Joe, the captain that's over there, and and Bazooka Joe and like the other two guys. You don't recognize them at all. The only one you actually recognize is that lieutenant because that's the only one you've seen before.
Yeah, and he won't address him. He'll just like look at the captain.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Captain. You don't happen to know where the two guys you were talking to went by any chance, do you? Peterson and another one.
Oh, Captain Peterson. Yeah, they headed outside a little bit ago, but I heard there were some shots out there, and I don't know what's going on. So they haven't let anybody out yet. So
okay, so they exited.
Yeah, they went outside.
Okay, and they got us on lockdown here. So, all right, I'll try to hook up with them when they let us out. Appreciate it. Thanks, man.
No, not a problem. Roll me a persuasion roll for nonchalant.
A 2.
Do you want to push that roll?
No.
Are you sure?
I have a 16% chance on that one.
Okay.
And if I put... Oh, it's just a point of stress, right?
Yes.
Would that cause me to go into a violent rage?
I think we decided it does not because it's in moments, a stressful situation, not getting a point of stress. Yes. Yeah. I think I decided that pushing the roll doesn't cause that. It
has to be like
a stressful situation. Yes.
Yeah. Like mortally stressful kind of.
Yeah.
Sure, fuck it.
Okay.
And that's a 4, so.
Okay. So, yes. All right. So while you're talking to him, I mean, the captain's answering your questions, and looks like everyone else is just kind of sitting there. Lieutenant obviously looks over in your direction, but, that's about it. You do notice there's this other blonde woman sitting there with, like, a beret on, and she's smoking a cigarette. She's kind of got, like, her right elbow propped up on her other hand, just, like, leaned back in her chair with, like, the cigarette kind of, like, half dangling on her lip and her fingers as she's just sitting there. Smoke kind of twirling up into the air to join the rest of the smoke in the club.
He turns to leave. He's like, gentlemen, ma'am.
Soldier.
And takes off.
All right, so we cut back outside to Emmett and Bruce. It's been a little bit. It's been a few minutes, and you haven't heard another shot. You just kind of see the guys going out into the... looking around. You can hear them every once in a while, like, call out, and doesn't seem like anything's... like they've come across anything. But you also haven't heard them get shot at, either. The only shot you heard was the one shot, and you have not heard another shot get fired.
Emmett, you think we're good? Maybe somebody was just mad at that guy?
Well, I mean, that's how it kind of happened last time at the market up there, but, I mean, basically every second we're still breathing in this world, we can catch a bullet ourselves, so...
Yeah. Lucky. Should we run home? Do we grab Murph?
I think we should... We still don't know where Murph is. We don't know what's happened. We don't know where he's gone. I think we should just start heading toward where we know to rendezvous at And we should try and not draw any more attention to ourselves than we need to.
Gotcha. Subtlety. Subtlety. Subtlety.
Quit saying subtlety.
Sorry.
All right, so you all are going to start headed back to...
The V
Towards the hole.
All right. I'm going to drop you over there on that map then. Roll me a recon roll.
Worse or best?
Best.
That's you, Evan.
Is that me? You sure?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Recon. It's pretty bad when Emmett's the best recon.
I was going to say, I'm a B and a D. You're 2 C's, and you're a percentage point above, if we remember.
Yep.
I remember.
C and a C. All right. 2 and a 2.
Okay.
Pop, we're dead.
If today's the day.
All right, so as you're headed back towards the V-hole, you come around a corner and you see about 10 of the Polish guard, like, moving in the opposite direction you are. And they kind of, like, they see you, like, at the same time you're seeing them, and they're like, what are you doing? Where are you coming from?
We're coming from the bunker. A gentleman just got shot right in the head. We're trying to get the heck out of here as fast as we can.
Did you see where the shots came from?
No. It's they've got people all dispersed over there. They're looking for who did it, but we're just trying to get out of here before we catch one in the dome.
Roll me a persuasion roll, one of you two, and I'll say that Bruce, you can chime in too if you want to use your better one.
B and a C.
C and a C.
Yep.
So that's you.
That's me. Yeah, we're just trying to get out of here. It got a little too hairy for us. 1 success.
Okay, move along.
Sure.
And they continue past you. And they're headed towards the bunker.
Whoo!
We cut back over to the basement of the bunker. We see Frank and Doc down there. And Doc's like, yeah, I mean, Staff Sergeant, I think we should still try to get that, get some beer or bottle or something, take back to the guys, though.
Shit, I totally forgot with all that mess that just happened. Yeah, hey, you, can I, what do we got for a keg?
Yeah, so they give you the price for a keg. Money.
Sure.
It costs money.
It costs monies.
He's got Uncle Sugar money.
Shit, Doc, all we got is credit right now.
It cost all the monies.
It costs all the money and a half. 1.5, all the monies. I mean, we could at least get a bottle of something. We don't need a whole keg for the guys, just something, just to take the edge off,
But if all they got, all right.
They got whiskey. I mean, they got liquor. I'm not gonna say it's good liquor, but
They don't care at this point.
Staff Sergeant, I got it. And Doc actually does have some like ration chits that he can like pay for the beer with. He's like, we'll just do this, and guys will appreciate it. So, and you guys get a small keg. No, I'm assuming not
Like a pony keg.
Yeah, like a pony keg.
Yeah.
Something so everybody can have a couple beers.
Yeah.
Maybe one or two.
Maybe 2 beers out of
a piece. Yeah.
A 12-pack, effectively.
Yeah. And they start to head upstairs, I assume, to wait for the all clear. Murph, you start noticing the guard, like you see the door over by the front where you first came in, like opens up and says something to that guy that's standing there by the front doors, says something to him. And he walks over to the DJ, and you can see him say something to the DJ. And the DJ gets up like on the microphone, is like, all right, everyone, we're getting the all clear now. Anyone would like to leave? You're more than welcome to. Please make it an orderly egress. We're going to have to get your items returned as you're heading out. But have a great evening, everyone. Back to the fucking music.
Murph immediately makes his way over to the coat check, as it were. Mm-hmm. Gives his ticket. I think it was like number 30 or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was something like that. All right, so yes, you give the number to the guy, and he's like, all right, please go wait outside. And the other person opens the door for you. He's like, please step out. I will bring your weapons out in a second.
Okay. I don't know if this is a recon roll or whatever, but he wants to blend in with the people leaving. If anybody else is leaving.
Well, they're not letting everybody like rush out. So it's like one at a time. Like you come through here,
but like get his turns his ticket in, makes his way out, and he wants to intermingle as much as possible and blend.
Okay. Well, so you're going outside to wait for your stuff then?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Murph walks outside. And they close the door behind you. And you look around and you can see like the security people are kind of coming back in. And you can see that body's still there with like a gunshot wound to the head. Like they haven't moved it out of the way yet. And it's like right outside the door, maybe 5-10 meters. Just laying there as soon as you walk out.
Kind of looks at the body. That was a good shot.
A few minutes go by. And the door opens back up, and they come out with your, whatever the fuck it was you took with you. Was it your sidearm? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was the 9.
Yeah, they come back out with your sidearm, and they're like, here to go.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And when they hand it to you, it's like the magazine's out, the slide's back on it.
Yep. Yeah, understood.
Yes, please do not load until you're outside the perimeter.
Fair enough. Am I pretty much still the only one out here?
Yeah, well, as that person was coming out, and those doors shutting, they're kind of ushering people through, like, small groups at a time.
I got you. It's just when people start to disperse and leave, he's just going to not join their group, but just a little bit behind. Not like he's stalking them, but so he's not a lone person walking around. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The idea is just to blend.
Roll me a recon roll.
10 and a 6, so that's 3 successes.
Okay.
And then once he makes it out of the I don't want to call it a kill box, but the open area, then he'll just peel off and blend into the shadows.
Okay. That was actually what that recon roll was for hiding.
I got you.
Okay. Roll me another recon roll, but this one's a perception E1. So take a -2 for the lighting.
8 and a 4, so 1 success.
So as you're walking along, you get like a little ways away from the bunker, about a couple blocks or so, and you kind of start taking a left over towards that. And you're not in the open clear area anymore. You're like in the built up area, as it's called. And up ahead, you see this old man kind of sitting on like these steps out front of a house or a building of some sort, and he's just kind of like, looks like he's talking to himself. And that's what you see. Guy looks like he's probably in his 70s, maybe 80s.
Still gonna avoid him.
Okay.
Yeah, that guy could just almost be a snitch in a way. I don't know. I'm not trusting anything, so he will avoid him and work his way around.
Okay. And you start making your way back to the V-hole. Emmett and LT, you arrive at the V-hole.
Well, that sure was interesting. But at the end, I think we got all the information we needed, plus a little bit more. Survived a hail of gunfire and a tiger. I, for one, need to lay down. But one thing I did learn, that was some pretty good beer, too.
I wouldn't know.
Take my word for it.
I also think we have different definitions of what a good time is, but I think we may have gotten what we needed for our debtor here. So
I wonder how that works. Did we get $50 off our sentence or something for tonight, or?
I don't know. This also seems like one of those moments where it doesn't matter what we do, it ain't never going to be a debt paid in full.
Yeah, I'm getting that feeling as well.
That's how slavery tends to work.
I'm going to assume Valentine. Jeremy, did he go back to the V-hole or did he go somewhere else?
No, he was going back to the V-hole.
Okay. So when you guys get to the door of the V-hole and you open it, Valentine is inside.
Ooh, you missed all the fun.
He's sitting on a cot, eating some beef jerky, and he looks up at you and says, "Do not be late again. That man was punishment for you."
You killed that guy?
Do not be late again.
I mean, there was a tiger attack. Things get delayed.
I do not care about the tiger. The tiger was in the bar. You were very late to get to the bar.
You didn't know about the tiger.
You wasted time. You wasted time going all through Krakow, fucking off, fucking around. You were supposed to be at the bar.
I mean, I do believe you were the one who said, hey, go get more food. There's only so much we can do as we try and navigate through a city that we're not supposed to be in anyhow.
Be better.
I mean, the fact that we're still above ground sucking air at this point shows that we are being better.
I still have use for you, that is why.
Subtlety, subtlety, subtlety. And I walk over to my cot.
Stop saying subtlety.
So what did you find out? And where is the other one? Where is the Special Forces man?
We lost track of him inside of the bar. We figured he was headed back here.
Bourge boy. He could barely find it last time. We will see if he makes his way home, this lost puppy. Okay, what did you find inside?
But I figured... security's pretty tight getting in. Going through the door, but I mean, you're smart enough to realize that coming from the outside, what you were watching. Every item is cataloged and taken as you come through the door. You pay your cover, you get in. There's a double door system. I don't know if you've noticed that with the way that it goes through. So there is no way to breach the door without the second door. They lock the first one before they open the second one. It is a 2-door system just to keep riff-raff out, I guess.
Okay.
Once you get in, it's pretty tight. You know, there's no windows, there's no other exits from what we saw. We figured Murph may have found a second exit when the tiger incident happened. The tiger got out of the cage. Everybody went through a set of double doors to there's a DJ booth. It went into a set of double doors that was a heavily guarded, kind of roped off VIP area is what we found out from the bartenders. And when the tiger attack happened, we lost track of pretty much everybody. We stayed to try and, I guess, protect innocent people from the tiger itself. And then after that, we kind of felt like we were sticking out a little too much. So by helping with the tiger, we felt like we may have drawn attention to ourselves and our abilities. So we kind of ducked out shortly thereafter to not raise any more suspicion as far as who we were, what we were doing there.
Okay. This was
several different cliques and groups. Seemed like some NATO people there hanging around. Some, we saw some Marines on the other end coming in. Still dressed to the nines. Didn't catch what they were there for, but Definitely different groups of people in and out. A lot of people stuck to their groups. There's definitely some sort of underground activity if there's something you need to buy on the market, or if you need medicine or things like that. It seems like you can go through that place, but you just got to know the right people. And like I said, the right people seem to be behind a door that was always guarded by at least one person.
So you did not go into the VIP section?
2 of us did not.
At that moment, the door opens. And we see Murph coming in.
Oh. There you guys are.
Ah, he finds his way home.
Sure did.
Didn't mean to leave you back there. We didn't know where you went to, and after the tiger got corralled and we made our way towards the door, then there was a sniper incident that Tattoo McGee here seems to know all about. And then we made our way home before any other shots were fired, because we didn't really know what was going on. But, sorry about that.
Yeah, I was talking to Jelko when that happened.
You spoke with Zelko.
I did.
Tell me.
Well, when the whole tiger incident happened, I thought that would be a good time to make my way downstairs where this VIP area that they have. It was a good time to make my way down there because people were scattering. Some went downstairs, so I made my way down there. Security, obviously, is pretty tough there because you got one at the top, one at the bottom. His office is down there. And I'm not going to lie to you. I can say that I was unbelievably skilled, and that's how I got to sit down with him. But turns out, like you, he's a Christian, a believer. And he happened to be wearing a cross, and I kind of lost my shit.
Oh, God, not again.
And, yeah, I may or may not have attacked him a little bit.
Did you hurt him?
No, he's got too many people around him. But that got me a sit down with him and the 2 Marines. Seems he's got a trade network working with the embassy or consulate.
So the Americans have their toe in there too.
It doesn't... I'm not going to lie, in talking to them and seeing the way that they react with him, I don't think it's highly cooperative. I think it's in their own stuck-up American Marine way that they feel a necessity to deal with the dregs of society to get goods that they need.
So it's only for trade?
That is the impression that I got. It didn't seem operational at all. I don't know what you're doing there, Adam.
That's the impression
Never had to knock on wood.
Mighty Boston.
But I know someone who has.
Yeah. I don't know, with my voice the way it is right now, I think I could pass for that.
Sorry, go ahead.
So, yeah, I don't get an impression that they're, like, acting as enforcers for him or anything. They think they're too good for that.
Okay, just trade partners. Then I will not concern myself with them.
You can tell they've got that holier-than-thou attitude.
Do they want something from him, or is it the other way around?
No, they're buying goods from him. So
Okay,
it seems
about them, then.
seems that he's got quite a little black market operation going on under there.
Yes.
He basically said he can get whatever they want. Just how difficult it is to get will increase the price. Again, he's got good security in there. I don't know if these two have filled you in. It's a bottleneck getting in. They got the whole...
Yes. I know about the layout. I want to know about the people in there.
Well, I didn't notice the weapons until I was leaving. So it looks like they've got machine pistols.
Okay.
On their body. Easy to conceal. Gosh, what a... 1, 2, 3, 4. If I remember correctly, 4 to 5 upstairs.
Okay.
And they're at key positions, right? They know what they're doing, or the layout is tactical.
Okay.
Downstairs there was 2 more, and he's got a big motherfucker with him too. Scars and shit.
Him I would love to take piece of.
All of a sudden we hear this sound. We hear this like bzz, bzz, as like the overhead light in the storage container actually turns on, which it hasn't been on up to this point, the actual electricity. But it's like bzz, and this like glow kind of shows up in the storage room. And outside you can just hear this like wah, 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 like the siren go off just like real briefly, and all of a sudden just stops. And the light goes back out.
One day they will get it.
And we cut away. We see the radio station. We see the guy in the Hawaiian shirt and golf pants. He's at the microphone. And the song finishes playing. And he's like, "Oh, we got another song going out to a good friend of ours. Looking there's going to be some cool breezes coming in over the mountains just south of Krakow. Hopefully they'll sweep their way in here to Krakow soon. But we got Ugly Kid Joe going out to all y'all. Cats in the Cradle." And then the song starts playing. And as the song's playing, we would like swoop across the cityscape, and we kind of see like a little bonfire here, a little bonfire there. We go past this hospital, right? And we kind of go through the building, and we can see like doctors moving around and kind of like starting to treat people. And like they look like they're somewhat in a frenzy, like moving around real quick. And the whole time Cats in the Cradle is playing, and like the doctors are like moving people to different parts of the hospital and like moving them over here, moving them over there, kind of like, you know, the nurses are kind of triaging everybody. You can see a whole bunch of sick people just like sweating and look like they have fevers, and they're coughing, and they're like, the doctors are wearing masks and like in as much of a, you know, containment as they can possibly be. You know, the camera would go out of the hospital and continue across the landscape, and we see the light start to change. It becomes daylight, and we come up and we see Keanu, and we see Anderson and Butler, and they're laying there in the grass. Butler, Anderson already made these rolls, right? So you had rolled a medical aid roll on yourself to try to treat yourself, if I remember correctly, but you did not make that to treat that crit. So the amount of time has gone by for it to have been potentially lethal. So I need to roll a stamina roll.
That is a straight up C. 8.
It's a success. So you're laying there, and you can see Anderson over there, and you see Keanu, and Keanu starts to kind of come to. Keanu, you look over and you see Anderson, and Anderson's unconscious, right? Butler, on the other hand, is conscious, and the Soviets have left by this point. They have like come up and like taken shit from y'all and like went on their way.
Oh, they stripped us and left us?
Yeah.
Peterson, you all right? You with me?
I don't know. I don't know. Oh gosh. There's so much blood. Why? What do I do? Where did everybody go?
Are you leaking?
I don't know. I don't know what's mine and what's Anderson's.
Check yourself.
I guess it seemed to be okay. Might be bleeding a little bit from the head.
I'm in a bad way over here. Look, kid. I don't know if there's much more. If there's anything I can do for you here, I'm kind of fucked. Adam.
So you could provide first aid, Keanu, on Anderson or Butler.
Pick your favorite.
Who's your buddy? You might get a bonus.
No, Butler's like... Peterson, check Anderson. See if he's still with us. If you can.
If I remember, Anderson had the cracked spine one, didn't he?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Anderson had a cracked spine.
Okay.
And I think Butler had chest wound
Gut shot, I thought.
or gut. Chest or gut. I know he's
Torn
leaking.
intestines, if I remember.
Yes,
It
yes,
was torn
yes,
intestines.
torn intestines.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see that Butler is shot in the gut, and like dark blood is like oozing out. And Anderson, on the other hand, like you can see the exit wound on his back, and if you go over and talk to him, like Anderson's still, like he's conscious enough to tell you, he's like, I can't feel my legs. Anderson, crack spine.
I can't feel my legs. Everything's numb. Something's wrong.
Keanu, roll me a medical aid.
All right, that's a C and a B.
This is where my corpsman shit's gonna come in.
A 7 and a 2.
All right. Based upon triage, you're fairly certain it would take a shift work of work to stabilize Anderson. Whereas Butler, it's a stretch. But Butler's going to have to roll another stamina roll and a stretch if you don't treat him. So he would have a red tag as far as the triage goes, and Anderson has a little bit more time. But it would be way more intensive. Maybe yellow and red. We'll go with that.
Does Keanu know this?
That's what the first aid roll was for.
I got you. Okay. No,
Somewhere the medic, having taught him something in the back of his head, tells him that. Which actually the medic, ironically, is Anderson.
So Anderson is much more work. Butler is much more critical.
Yeah, but if you treat Butler now and then move on to Anderson, you're not going to have enough time, and Anderson's going to have to roll another stamina roll before you finish your medical aid on him.
So then I should just stick with Anderson because Butler's going to end up making another medical roll anyhow.
Butler's going to have to keep making stamina rolls.
Right. So I will stick with
But
Anderson, who doesn't like me anyway. But that's who I started with and will stick with.
Okay. Because it's going to take a shift to treat Anderson and one stretch to treat Butler. So 5-10 minutes for Butler, a whole stretch for Anderson.
yeah, you kind of got it backwards. Priority.
Yeah, if you treat
wise,
Anderson now, Butler's going to have to make multiple.
Okay, I got
Multiple.
you.
Yeah.
I got you. I got him flip-flop then. Okay, so then Butler first.
Mm-hmm.
And then come back to stabilize Butler and then work on Anderson.
Yep, and hope that Anderson survives his next stamina roll.
Right.
I mean, you don't have to do it that way. I'm just letting you know what, the
Yes.
appropriate triage route would be. Yeah.
Okay, then I will stabilize Butler and then work on Anderson after.
Okay.
Or try to.
Yeah, Butler's kind of giving you like the look, Peterson. I think I'm done. I'm leaking bad out of my gut. Go see if you can help him. I don't know if this is salvageable.
You also know that even if you do stabilize him, he's still going to have to make stamina rolls for infection anyway. Like later on.
Would I have the wherewithal to be able to, as the medics, tell him to work on Butler?
Sure.
Peterson. Check on Butler. He looks pretty bad. I don't know what's happening to me, but see if you can stop that bleeding. That looks bad.
Okay. You look pretty bad yourself, though.
Yeah, this is... Boy, I wish I could help.
So you start treating Butler. Go ahead and roll medical aid to try to stabilize.
A 5 and a 7, 1 success.
Okay, so you stabilize his crit. Chris, with the torn intestines, you take a -1 to your stamina. That should have applied for your stabilizing roll. And in one shift, you're going to have to roll against the infection.
Okay, I didn't roll a die for stamina. I just have the strength, and that's it.
Yeah, that's the -1's going to still reduce that die also.
Okay.
So if all you have is strength and nothing in stamina, whatever your strength is, which is a
C,
then it would drop down to a D.
D.
Or yeah. Because the -1 doesn't just apply to the skill; it applies to the roll.
I got you.
Okay, so you move over to Anderson then at that point, right?
Yeah,
Keanu?
yeah. After he got Butler kind of stabilized in the whatever damage he could kind of hold him together. Yeah, he would move back to Anderson.
Okay, so you move over to Anderson. Anderson, before he can finish treating you, you'll have to roll another stamina roll.
1 success.
Okay.
Just do the best you can. You can't. Just whatever you can do. Whatever you can do.
Keanu, roll me another medical aid roll.
I didn't realize Keanu's Butler's buddy.
Who is your buddy, Keanu?
Keanu actually didn't have a buddy after.
Okay. Never mind then.
Yeah, after
We lost Lieutenant Kim, and that was
that was
pretty
it.
much
It was
everybody.
Lieutenant Kim.
Keanu is Butler's buddy, but I
Because
might.
this was the group that we actually rolled for buddies on.
That was a really cool mechanic,
That was
and when
an
we do
awesome
rogues,
thing.
we're going to do that again.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, I got 1 success, a 5 and a 7.
Okay, so you're able to stabilize his crit. Okay. Butler. Now you have to roll a stamina roll at a -1, and it has a virulence of 3. Is that right?
I'm a straight D6 at this point.
Virulence of -3 on it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm a D6. And then when I take the additional point of damage, that's going to be max capacity, so he's going to pass out. So let's roll the D6. You got to be shitting me. I got a 6.
All right, so you're able to not somehow fucking get an infection from this.
It ain't no food. There's no shit in the system.
And we end there.